Today on Old Folks Adventures, we're in Mound City, and we'll take you to show you where the shipyard was during the Civil War that made a whole bunch of ironclad boats. And then also where I'm standing at right now, this whole area right over here was 27 acres that was turned into a hospital, and it covered about 27 acres, housed about 1,500 wounded. So all the soldiers coming up from Shiloh and all those battles would come up river on the USS Red Rover. They drop them off the docks and put them right there. So doesn't look like much today, but that's what we've got in Mound City. Mound City got its name because it was built on Indian mounds. You can't see any of them today because they leveled it to make the levees and level out the streets. Where them barges are today was where the shipyard was during the Civil War that made all the ironclads and repairs for any ships that was coming up down the Ohio. So we'll move on because I don't know if I'm supposed to be on this access point or not. The next place we're going to go is down the road, and we'll look at the National Cemetery that was built because of this. So now we've moved just down the road from Mound City to one of the first national cemeteries dedicated by Abraham Lincoln in 1864. So because of the high casualty rate and deaths up there in the hospital that we viewed, there was originally 1,400 soldiers buried here. It's open to anybody that serves in the military, and I think they said there's like 9,000 now. But we'll kind of look around and show you this pretty quiet little place. Here we've got a couple from Iowa, and of course we're in Illinois, but there's one from Illinois. Another unknown. There's a lot of unknowns in this cemetery. There's one from Kentucky. Here we got a Matthews from the Vietnam War time. Another one from Vietnam War. And we have one from World War II. Here we have Matty Porter of the 48th Regiment U.S. Colored Infantry, and it was formed in 1864 from the 10th Louisiana Infantry, operating primarily in the Gulf Coast region. So this here is dedicated to the Confederate soldiers, being that the battles of Shiloh and all them were so close. A lot of Confederate soldiers were also in that same hospital being treated for their wounds that they received during battle, and many of them died. Here's a George Wilson that was a private during World War I. died September 24th, 1919. It's interesting to see so many different wars represented in the same row. Here's Korea. Right next to that is Vietnam. And we're back to Korea. So we have here, I'm going to butcher the name up, but Captain Patter is a native of East Pennsylvania, member of the Warren Stewart post of the Army of the Tennessee, the Old Guard, and was the mayor of Cairo, Illinois. Looks like he served in Vicksburg, Mission Ridge, Chattanooga, Knoxville, Atlanta, Savannah, Sherman's March to the Sea, and was wounded in North Carolina. This main entrance going into Mound City National Cemetery. First time we come by here, and again today, we totally missed it, because if you look, it sits right on a Y and a turn. This way here's coming up from Cairo, and then coming down this way is from Mound City. So you're watching the turn and don't pay attention and drive right by this thing. So, but it's a beautiful place, and they're still adding more graves as needed. So we'll wrap this trip up from Mound City and Mound City National Cemetery. Hope you like and subscribe to the channel. Check out our website, and I have a series of rivers of conflict that covers a lot of this. So, good chance to check it out, like and subscribe, and catch you on the next one. Bye.